Hey friends, today we are talking about creativity, the Creatrix, and Saraswati. Often, to get to the Creatrix, we have to look at those things that no longer serve us, the constructs, beliefs, systems that keep us dumbed down and divided. And often it's shocking. So really to get into Shakti can be shocking. And I really love this ancient Zen story. And it's really a great story of how a baby dragon was raised with farm animals. And she was eating grass and, acting like a farm animal and wandering around a very small area. And then one day, an adult dragon came in and breathed fire, and all the animals scattered and ran around. And the older dragon swooped her up and carried her up to the sky, and all of the houses down below looked like toys. And of course, little baby dragon was terrified and brought her up to a certain level in the sky and dropped her. And then just as the baby dragon was about to hit the ground and die, we'll say she's the cousin dragon, swooped her up and brought her back up to the sky to show her who she was. Of course, she's shocked. This actually awakens her Shakti. Okay, so we are awakening to who we are. So as little baby dragon gets dropped again a few more times, and she's like, okay, I got to do something. So after several times, the baby dragon wakes up and opens up her wings and flies and breathes her own fire and starts to become who she really is. And that's what we're doing as humans or creatrixes. Okay, so many of us have had seemingly divinely inspired creations, or, we can think of Einstein, Mother Teresa, George O'Keeffe, the list goes on. Many of us have had these experiences, or we're waking up to our creative process, or maybe intuition abilities. These are normal human abilities. And we're accessing perhaps another reality, another dimension, or our true self. We could call it source, or maybe we could call it the unified field. So I'm asking, do you think that you feel like you're awakening? And if so, you're not alone. You're absolutely not alone. So I've had clairvoyant and clairsentient experiences my whole life. And I'm observing more and more how, if I can just let go and flow, they come to me more easily. And really, like I went to see some tulips yesterday, and they're not like thinking about hustle. They're not thinking about how they got to come up with a strategy or think their way into growing. They just open up to the light around them, the nurturing around them, the love that they are, so they can be who they're meant to be. So our opportunity with Creatrix and bringing in Saraswati, who is the goddess of creativity, is to go straight from our heart into action. So the mind doesn't go down easy. So we observe the monkey mind when we're doing this, but we can actually connect to our higher self, or that higher intuition in the moment, and move towards what gives us joy. Okay, so we know when we're in the flow, when we don't have that resistance, and that we're able to presence peace. So the more we actually spend in peace, the more we magnetize to us. We don't have to force it, okay? So meditation is a place where all of this is accomplished and the heart presents itself. So really, it's about desire, creativity from the heart instead of the head, or trying to force things, or to be someone that you're not, okay? So I'm going to introduce you to Saraswati, and then I'm going to give you a message from the goddess as brought in by me and my experiences. And she's the goddess of all creativity, especially writing, and she's absolutely beautiful. She sits on a lotus, which represents enlightenment, and that is also your true nature. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to visit with Ma Saraswati, the Creatrix. So Ma Saraswati, I just invite you to think of her speaking to you. And this is the conversation that she has. Darling, the universe is longing for you to wake up and be a transformational agent whose progress is aligned with pure source and peace on earth. I'm greatly anticipating the collective sacred and leading humanity with love into a new world. When you enter the flow of my frequencies, you will take responsibility to live an extraordinary life and be a magnificent human, bringing much needed tidal wave of love and peace into your world. Please know that whenever you intend to act with the purpose of uplifting yourself and all beings, the universe supports you. But you must connect to your higher self, ask, be still, and listen with silent receptivity. Most important, you must develop the faith that is truly possible to be a free, sovereign, and powerful creatrix. With faith, your seated intention, and compassion, the world will open up to your creative process and you will experience your true essence, as well as the truth or nature of reality in this world. You are constantly being held, nurtured, and loved more profoundly than you could ever imagine. Choose to evolve your imagination and overcome your limited cultural conditioning, the stories you tell yourself that cause your own suffering. Put forth your focused intention and watch it manifest into the physical more quickly and with fewer obstacles than you ever thought possible in the past. This requires that you cultivate inner goodness, compassion, and love, especially self-love. You are a creative steward of humanity's course and your own true predestination. You have a bigger purpose in this world than you have been trained to believe. Your perceived problems are symptoms of a diseased culture. When you change the way you see the universe shifts. With loving intentions and focused actions, we are experiencing the universe as a creative partner. Humanity will bring forth new systems based on peace, kindness, receptivity, and authentic, deep connection. Ask yourself, how can I be more of my creatrix or artist? Those who are empowered from within will naturally attract people, situations, and resources to live their dreams and become vital, radiant beings whose mere presence as a blessing. Humanity today requires an elevated level of consciousness to cut through the many changes perceived and limitations that we face that are a product of our own mind. The field has many possibilities waiting for you, but you must intentionally choose to activate them and ask for your spirit or your higher self, or whatever you want to call it, to help you. Now is the time for you to be who you were born to be in this world, and a time to deepen the development of your creative life force energy. You are a sacred, limitless being, full of potential, who is a reflection of me. If you're making excuses about not following your passions, like I don't have enough time or money or resources, this is a sign that you've become too identified with the thinking mind and the material world. And those are disempowering thought patterns. You can correct this by shifting your focus towards more receptive and creative pursuits. It is time to love deeply whatever's in front of you, whether that's a lover or a child or your pet. Love more deeply as this veil is lifted. The light is coming in to expose truths, dear one. And I love that because it's like, ultimately, you're a creatrix, and all we have to do is own it. And sometimes we become identified with external constructs or things that as they appear in this world based in limitations or the thinking mind. And the energy of Saraswati, or she who flows, is unseen. Okay, so that's the unseen inner technology. When the baby dragon gets dropped and the Kundalini basically awakens and develops wings to become the dragon and move to the top of the head. So she's saying flow and let go. Don't overthink it, and allow your energy to move up your spine so you can consciously create who you really are. You are the artist, you are the art. That is the essence of Saraswati. Thank you for listening and sending lots of love to you. You are a creatrix.